This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Media.
G'day guys, welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm your host, Summer Helene, and we're on with my co-host, what's his face? I have this light. You did the worst job.
I feel like I deserve slightly better than what's his face.
He set this up. I want to show you where the lights are. So this is doing this. This one, if I lean back, like just blows me out. You did a terrible job.
You look like a goddess. Your holy light is filtering in behind you.
Oh my God, you suck so bad. So, ladies, gentlemen, he's, she's, theys, gays, and bears.
That's part of the LGBTQ plus alphabet. Just put a B at the end of that.
No, that B is in there. It's for bisexual.
Oh, okay.
Unless you fit into that category.
Put a BEAR at the end of that.
Why? There are enough acronyms. There are enough acronyms. I am already confused. That's why I was like, finally they put a plus at the end. I was like, that's perfect.
Just add everyone else.
Stop adding letters, like just alternative.
That's reasonable. Makes it easier on everyone else too.
Well, it's not a matter. Who cares if it makes it easier on everyone else? Literally not my problem.
Okay, then what is your problem?
You. I'm still mad at you. You've been a dick all week. And if you guys want to know why he's a dick and why he's in the doghouse and why I want to dump his ass, text him. Google him.
Don't text
Tweet
me.
him. No. Find it online. I have no problem with him telling you why I don't want to talk to him anymore.
It's because I rubbed her feet incorrectly last night.
No, it's not. Would you like me to tell them why?
Of course not. I'm trying to make a joke.
Well, then y'all should ask him why.
All right, fine. Ask me why and I'll tell y'all.
So there's a whole bunch. Yeah, I'm like, there's a whole bunch going on in media today. I'm like looking down at my notes. I'm like, Matt and Abby suck.
Who's Matt and Abby?
Matt and Abby, it's like this family influencer group that's trying to get back popular.
What do they do?
They make family content. They're like those us. I know.
I hate family content so much. Because it's not only is it curated, a lot of times it's super detrimental for the kids too. Like they literally put them in such terrible positions because it sells.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
they
love
do
watching,
horrible things.
especially TikTok.
Like
TikTok moms are the fucking worst because they like the attention their kids get.
Oh my God.
They're living vicariously through them. They put them in very like
it's
one
the
mom,
new version of stage moms.
There's one mother who put her like 4-year-old girl in like a tube top and a mini skirt and had her doing makeup tutorials. Like it just doesn't make fucking sense.
It does. I'd like to remind everyone, every time we use bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and free MMA. We swear because we care.
Fuck yeah.
Now, I'm going to say welcome to Kitty's Corner. We have jerky today.
Kitty's, yeah. Oh, yeah. This. I have not been more excited to try something on this show since they did cheese. Like that. What's that kind of calendar you guys call it at the end of the year? An advent calendar?
Okay. Kitty is here. I'm going to let her pick one of these for him to try. So it's that, or we can give him the spicy nuts. I'm all for the spicy.
The spicy nuts were awful. We already did those. They were horrific. They don't even anything that spicy doesn't taste good. It doesn't.
Only
it's
to you.
No, I believe it. It is very gross.
Gay.
Careful about saying that.
I know. I keep getting banned for saying gay.
Yes, you got to be more aware in conscience. Conscience.
Okay, I am sorry.
What's that word that says being aware of how other people feel?
Conscientious.
So
here's the reality. Okay, we're going to try this one.
We have a jerky.
Yep. The reality is, put it down, otherwise it makes noise. I'm like telling Kitty in the background, I'm like, you can't touch stuff. Here's the reality.
All right, here's the reality.
I don't care. There's nothing wrong with being gay.
Mm-hmm.
So for everyone to freak out every time someone's like,
No, I think they're worried about putting it in a wrong connotation.
No, people are taking it when I'm like, okay, dude, you're acting like you're gay. Meow, Yana's on. When I'm like, okay, that comes across as gay. Like, what is wrong with being gay? I do not understand. Do you know how homophobic it is for people to turn around and be like, you can't use that word?
Well, I think it was meant because you would use it for anything. Like your friend can't make it to your birthday party. Gay. Like it's anyways. It was used in a derogatory way to say that you are worse than I expected you to be by being that way. So like they're kind of trying to take that away so that it's not really appropriate to use it in that context anymore.
That's kind of gay. See? I'm just saying.
I think the problem here is we both grew up in the age where that was appropriate, and now it's no longer appropriate. And while I'm trying my best to make it work and be okay and like play by the rules, I feel like you're not.
Yeah, I am as millennial that ever millennialed. And I'm going to be really clear on this.
Okay.
I don't care about people's feelings. Fuck your feelings. Like, really, my job in life is not to make people feel better.
That's true.
I don't give a flaming fuck. Everyone talks to me about these two idiots you guys have running for government, right? Y'all chose two retarded octogenarians. We're not allowed to use that word either.
Retarded.
No,
Summer.
yes, you can. Should I say it? No. Will it get me banned on stuff?
Yes.
For sure. Here's the thing. Everyone has become oversensitive. I absolutely do not think we should deplatform white supremacists. Do you know why?
Well, okay.
I want the warning. I want to know when someone's a jackass. I don't think we should deplatform them because what we're doing is essentially hiding their behavior. That's all shit. Let them keep that platform. Don't let them have followers. Like, I want a list.
Well, the problem is they're going to get followers. You can't help that.
Fine. Then I know who to avoid. Like, if someone's anti-Semitic, I want to know. If someone's a jerk, I want to know. If someone's homophobic, I want to know.
Well, isn't the risk that they get their message out to more like-minded people and that kind of unites them?
Hell yes. And then the government gets lists.
Will the government care enough?
It should.
It should, but it's ran by two octogenarians, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Right now, you'll have two idiots running.
Yeah.
You have, what is it? You have a racist and a racist. Congratulations, America. Yeah. I think you should be returned to England. You clearly cannot govern yourselves. Shame on you.
My girlfriend, the colonist.
I'm Australian, dude. My people were convicts. Like, that's not a high bar.
Yeah.
And what you're going to insult the Australian? Like, what could possibly insult me?
What do English people and ants have in common?
They both ruin picnics?
They're both good. Why do English people ruin picnics?
I don't know. Have you seen some of the stuff they used to make? There's this thing called quail pie. It was made for shooting parties. I saw it on this cooking channel.
Quail pie?
Hear me out on it.
Okay.
I saw it on this cooking thing that was meant for way back in the day. And they'd make it. And essentially it's gelatin with pieces of bird in it, fermented in a pie.
I was going to say they both like to colonize, but instead we learned about some of the most disgusting food I think I've heard in my life.
Do you want your jerky?
I'd like to try it, yeah.
Okay, what kind of jerky is this today?
I can't see it.
You get Kraken jerky.
We have Kraken jerky, which, by the way...
What is in Kraken jerky? Kitty? If you got to read it, don't pick it up.
I can read it for you.
Yeah, put it down. Put it down.
We have duck, beef, chicken, maple sugar, maple syrup, salt, spices, dextrose, brown sugar, encapsulated citric acid, sodium nitrate, stuffed in a beef collagen casing.
So it's cow guts and cancer. Enjoy.
Don't tell me that as I'm about to eat it.
Well, it's dark. It'll be gamey.
I learned that Celsius, the water company, puts 4 times the amount of
I don't even like meat.
That's
pretty dope.
What's that powder that kills people? Cyanide in their drinks. And the way that they get it from is from sewage treatment plants. They skim the scum off the top of their vats. They combine it with some agent to powderize it. And they put it in our drinks. If you drink Celsius, that is. Monster, Rockstar, and Red Bull do the exact same thing. Stop eating my jerky, for God's sake.
You're telling a story. It's actually really good.
That is really good. Wow.
I don't even like meat, and that's really good. So eat some Harry Potter themed jerky. I'll hold that for you. I'm the worst vegetarian.
You're not a vegetarian.
I know, I'm a pescatarian, but it's gross.
Are you not a pescatarian?
I know, I've been eating meat lately, and it's making me so sick. So I'm allergic to the meat in America.
That's true. As she's eating this. I do think that, listen, I think you try to be...
Can have some water, please?
I think you try and limit the amount of meat you eat here because of that fact, because of all the
shit you put in it.
Pesticides, all the
Dye. You guys
dyes
put
and all
dye
the,
and antibiotic in your food.
antibiotics and all the
I ended up. I look like I'm naked.
you are not naked. Yes, that's true.
I ended up with lupus because of the food in your country. My cousin Kieran came here. He was here for a week. Ended up in the hospital. Thought he was having a heart attack because of your food. What you guys put in your food is horrific.
I lost weight eating more in Australia than I did here from eating that food.
That's because we, one, walk. Ooh. Two, we don't put carcinogens. Our meat is meat. Our vegetables are vegetables. And whatever the hell that was I just ate now made me sick.
You ate a beef stick. It's popular on the interwebs with the Gen Alpha people, which, by the way, Gen Alpha finds Shrek sexually appealing. Do you know why?
I want to hear about what 7-year-olds find sexually appealing. Aqua.
I don't know why. I heard it just before we got on the show. I thought it was because Shrek may have had like a nice personality or something.
Yeah, I don't care if you're a sapiosexual. That's nasty.
Yeah, I know. It's an ogre. Maybe the human form, like Shrek 2 Shrek. I'm trying to throw out some options here.
Yeah, nobody's looking at Shrek and going, "Ooh, daddy," unless
Fiorda
they don't
did.
have a daddy. I don't know. I think we're taking our daddy issues to the whole next level.
These days, yes, absolutely.
That was awful.
You don't like that at all.
No, it really made me sick. I'd like to get Jimmy on the show so we can focus on
Let's go ahead and do that
right now.
yes.
Can I have more water, please?
Let's go welcome Jimmy Star to the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
Oh my
Jimmy,
God!
good to see you again.
Quiet. Hey! Stop.
Well, we had Jimmy. He left us for his dogs.
They got a little bit wild up there.
He does have cute dogs, though.
Okay, I'll shut the window so that I'm barking at everything walks by. Okay, Astro, come on, it's showtime. Showtime, you know showtime. He comes on the show every week, so you know.
Can we have some water?
Yes.
Okay, hi, everybody. Hi. They'll shut up in a second. I thought maybe when I said "Hey, everybody," that got him excited. But I think there's somebody walking the dog.
That's okay. He's protecting the home.
Yeah, he's doing his best.
He's doing what he's meant to do. But how are you doing, Jimmy?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, we're holding up just well, man.
I just ate the worst beef stick.
I watched.
I
watched you eat it. You were talking about how the meat in this country like made you sick, and so and that you don't really like meat. And I wrote it in the chat room, but you didn't see it. His meat.
Oh no, he's in trouble right now, so I don't like that.
Mine's not full of.
Oh, okay.
So there's that.
No, yours literally is full of carcinogens, and you poisoned me. That's why you're in trouble. That's one of the reasons.
Well, mine.
So when he eats a bunch of artificial shit, I end up allergic to him.
One of my favorite things, which I ate so many of them, I got sick of them, is Slim Jim, though. But I used to eat Slim Jims all the time. This has been in my desk for like a year now because I got tired of them. But I used to love them.
I bet.
I used to love them.
Yeah. Is it still good? Is that in date?
Yeah, it's still in date.
It's like old McDonald's sandwiches. You put them in a glass container, they never go bad.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's still good. Let's see. I would have thrown it out if it wasn't, but I just don't have a taste for it anymore. Oh, I don't even see a date.
Kind of.
Best by November 8th, 2024.
Oh,
so I still got a ways to go.
You're running out of time there.
I don't know. I used to love them, and then they just get tiring. But did you have fun in Australia? You must have.
Yeah, he lost weight eating more there because we have less sugar in the food, and we had to walk everywhere because it's the country.
I learned that kangaroos are super sweet in temperament and in flavor. So there's that.
You ate a kangaroo?
I ate 2 kangaroos.
Oh wow! I don't know if I could do that actually. I don't know. It's a little weird.
Very, very. It's one of the leanest meats out there. There's like no fat on it. And I don't know. I just find it very nice. It's not gamey. I thought it'd be gamey, but not at all. Good.
They're just so cute, though. It's like everybody in my household, except for me, they won't eat lamb. They're like, oh, it's like eating Bambi, and stuff like that. So I've changed a little bit. I basically like beef, and I basically eat beef and chicken.
That's
See,
fair.
I have trouble with beef just because I like cows.
Cows
They're
are
like
just
big
giant
dogs.
Yes, that's
big.
cool. So,
Yeah.
so you guys had a good time though while you were there.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was a wonderful trip.
Good.
Exhausting.
And it was
I came back, immediately got sick. Like it's funny. I got off the plane.
Mhm.
As soon as I got off the plane, we get to Australia, and Alexis is sneezing. She's allergic to everything in Australia. The climate's killing her. The foliage is killing her. There's no pollution to kind of knock out the pollen, so she's dying from the minute we get there. And I'm fine. I'm just skipping along. And as soon as we get back, I'm not making fun of her because I know as soon as we get back, I'm covered in a rash. I'm coughing. I've got snot bubbles coming out of I'm allergic to America. But I make TV, so I can't really leave.
Yeah, I know both you guys are actually in that industry. So this is like the place to be for that. Which, by the way, did you end up running off and leaving us? Are we all alone here in Palm Springs? Or are you still in town?
No, I'm still in town, but I'm actually leaving in Thursday of next week for 2 weeks to go to New York.
Oh, sweet.
It's kind of like a half business, half pleasure.
Oh, what's the business part of it out there?
I'm always looking for investors for things and guests for the show. And so we're meeting some with different people, and we're going to meet some people that we've had on actually on the show as guests. Some of them, we're going to have lunch with Julian Schlossberg, who's a huge Broadway guy. And we've never met him, but when he came on our show, we got like 18 million plays or something. So we've never met him. So we're going to go to lunch with him, and we're going to do a ghost hunt. I think another celebrity ghost hunt. Because every time we go, we try to do a ghost hunt, and it's a lot of fun. We have a medium and my business partner who's a journalist, and we'll find some other like photographers and some celebrity to come with us, and we'll go do a ghost hunt.
What's a celebrity ghost hunt?
A celebrity ghost hunt is when you bring celebrities with you and you go. We've done 2 of them. We did one of them, and it was like in an insane asylum in New York, and we had to climb up a tree into the second window of this abandoned psychiatric insane asylum that's been out of business, for like many, many years.
Right.
But we did it years ago, and we actually made a comic book about it called Celebrity Ghost Hunters, and we got like almost 300,000 views. On YouTube.
All right.
with it.
I never
That's fucking cool.
understood why. Hear me out on this. Why, if I died, like I'm not going to stay in an insane asylum. I mean, I'll go hang out in the Lakers locker room, but I'm not going to hang out.
Well, isn't the whole concept of ghosts like you're so angry that you can't leave or something? You're more like a poltergeist.
Huh? Okay, that makes sense.
It's so much fun though. So last time we went with one of the people we did 2 times. Once with Ricky Rebel, who's like a pop star.
Mm-hmm.
He was like discovered by Madonna, and he was on tour with Britney Spears and all this stuff. And so once we did with him, and it was hilarious. And the second one we did with Aaron Paul, who was a British pop star in the band Worlds Apart. And it was so funny because he's gay. And we were literally, this insane asylum's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing for like 10 miles around. And his grinder was going off in the insane asylum, and I was like, oh my God, even dead people are trying to have sex with you. So I go for the comedic parts of it a little bit more than the ghost hunt, but we did have a lot of weird things happen when it happened. So we had a really good time.
See, now I want to see it. I need to watch.
Do you have a specific scary moment that sticks out to you during one of these ghost hunts?
When we were leaving, we're all in the car driving down a road, and a car's coming from starts to come from the other direction. In the front of the car, there's actually a ghost in the car who comes over to the side, and we only got it at the front of the car, but on the side, it was like running alongside of us as we went along, and it was really cool. Like it was super cool. And there was one time when the ghost said the words Jimmy Star, while we were there, and we heard lots of moaning, and the psychic that was with us had a cross, and it got she didn't have a cross, but while we were doing it, she got cut into her skin like a little cross, and it started bleeding like somebody cut her while we were there. So some wild stuff happened, while we were there, and I'm a skeptic, but we were all together, so it wasn't like one of us could have been down the hall saying Jimmy Star, because we were all standing next to each other and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was pretty creepy, but it was a lot of fun. We laughed so hard, you know, like Ron peed with Ricky Rebel in one place, and then there was a big hole, and Ron started talking about it's a glory hole, and nobody knew what a glory hole was, and so it was just fun, you know, the comedic things that happened and were just so much fun that it just made it a lot of fun. So we're going to try to do another one when we're there this time.
That sounds like a fun plan.
I'm trying to rope. So I'm roping, for those who don't know, I'm trying to rope Jimmy into a couple of reality shows that we're doing. Ray J just got back into town, so I need to chat with you about that. You should drag him on a ghost hunt with you while you're doing the show.
Oh no, that would be fun.
Mm-hmm. That would be awesome.
Who's coming along for this?
Oh no, I said he should drag Ray J on.
Oh yeah.
So for those that don't know, I'm sort of kidnapping Jimmy and dragging him into reality television. Don't tell anyone; it's a secret. And one of the people we're working with is Ray J. And so I was saying he should take him on a ghost hunt. That will be the weirdest, because his whole crew, they're going to be smoking weed. So it's going to be the most, like, either everyone's going to be scared or not give a fuck. Like the guy's coming out with the hook trying to murder all of you. And
yeah, that's like fun.
Everyone's the white girl in the beginning of a horror movie. They're all super investigative. They want to go check out every sound.
Which I would not be like that. Like, I think, like, if I was in a horror movie and I, like, you know, I'm not one to want to go in and see what's going on to get killed. So I would probably, like, avoid that. But in the ghost hunt, it was different, you know, because it was really creepy, the places that we went. There was one time we had to climb over a fence. So my business partner's, like, 5'2" with huge boobs. And she got up to the top of the fence, and her boobs got stuck on one side of the fence, and she was stuck on the other side, hanging over the top of it. And she needed help, and she needed help getting down, but we were all laughing so hard that we couldn't help her because we were like peeing ourselves. It was so funny. And we finally got her down, but those are the kinds of things that I actually like remember is all that fun stuff, even though we did have all the ghost stuff.
Camera.
It's just, and we didn't. I'm so pissed we didn't get it on camera. We put it in our comic book though anyway. But it was really very, very funny. And so so I think that things are good all around. I'm happy. I actually haven't left Palm Springs in about 3 years. We haven't gone anywhere because I'm always working. So it's going to be kind of fun to go and just get out and have some fun and see people that are friends of ours that we talk to on the phone, but we never actually haven't seen in a long time.
That is wonderful. I know the last time we had you on too, we were talking about a couple of projects you were doing. How are those coming along?
Everything is going really good, actually. So I'm a publicist, in case people don't know, and the publicity business is really, really good right now. And I have one of my clients who's a really famous composer, and he's going to be performing at Carnegie Hall December 8th.
Oh, shit.
And so that's one big project that we're working on. I have one of my new movies called Purgatorium, and it's on Tubi right now, so you can go and see it. I have another film that'll be coming out, I think sometime before Halloween, called The Possession of Anne, and our show is kicking ass. We just got named like the second best entertainment podcast by Daily Geek Report, which is like a website that does all things geek. And we got picked. I think we got picked as like the second best podcast and the podcast with the coolest guests, because we bring a variety of everybody on, like you guys do, but we bring horror movie people and directors and singers and like a little bit of everybody. And we actually just broke another 50 million streams, so we're at 1,250,000,000 streams.
God damn,
awesome,
man.
So we're having fun. You know, life is good, having fun. And reality TV is something that's going to be fun, and movies are fun. I don't know. You know what? I just enjoy my life. I'm having a good time, so I'm happy. I'm somewhat healthy, except for my knee.
What did you do to your knee?
I have a terrible knee. I had 2 knee replacements. Neither one of them worked. I just got back from the doctor. They're going to do a third one. And hopefully the third one, I'm going to like a knee revisionist now. I want somebody who fixes other people's butt jobs. The first time they put it in crooked. The second time, it just didn't heal right. And I have all kinds of pain. And then when I went to the revisionist, he said the kneecap they put in is too big. So I have one knee that's regular and the other knee that's like 4 times bigger than a regular knee, you know. And so we'll see what happens with that. That's my only complaint though. And since it's an ongoing thing for about 5 years now, so I've kind of gotten used to it.
Was this the same doctor that put it in crooked and then put in the wrong size?
No. I went to 2 different ones.
How
and both
did
of them screwed
two
it up.
Bad doctors.
It's very hard. It's very hard. I guess knees are a temperamental thing in the first place, and it's very hard here in the desert because the first doctor wouldn't refer me anywhere for a second opinion on his one, so I had to go 60 miles away to find a doctor because no doctor would see me. And then after the second one got messed up, I went to like 4 doctors here that finally would see me because that doctor quit the practice. He probably got let go because he's a hack. And
I'll say.
And so I went to 4 doctors, and they basically all told me that like I'm screwed. They were like, you're just screwed, so there's nothing you can do. So then I had to go actually to Beaumont to find a doctor who is a revisionist who said, yeah, they really screwed you up, but we will fix you. So we'll see.
I'm really happy.
So our sound engineer is saying, I have the ghost at the end of the scratch if you want to play them. Do you mind?
Oh, no, I don't mind. It's real short.
Yeah, I definitely.
Is that Juan? Is Juan your engineer? Juan's the coolest guy on the planet, you guys. He's my engineer, too. All right. Wait, Ashton, shut up. Okay, go.
Yeah, he's good with out. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be happy to play it whenever we go and we'll do that.
I have a first aid.
Hang on.
Car. I cannot believe
And
this.
the other one has a black dot starting now with a line. Look at Jimmy Star.
Tell me how that feels, those
Look at Jimmy
crosses.
Star. He's got the microphone and the light and the camera.
Like someone
He's
took
ready.
a cattle prod and
Look at him.
like you see on TV.
Did you feel it when it was happening?
No, I didn't. I didn't feel it. I might have felt a little thing. I know that Ron was taking pictures of me, and I looked and I said, geez, I think I see something in the picture. I blew it up and I said,
No, she asked
what
me.
is
You
that?
said, do I have
Remember?
scratches?
Do I have scratches?
And I said, no.
And he said, no, because it looked like, and you can show that picture, it just looked maybe like a vein or something.
I thought, no, it looked
But
like
it
a
kinda
shape
went-
of the chest.
It went full blown.
Yeah.
From the time he had the picture.
This is wicked
So
cool.
Look at that photograph. It feels like it's buzzing up into the side of my head.
All right, when can we go?
Well, I want to be able to do. Obviously, we have a problem with some, and I don't believe it's a demon. I believe it's a badass spirit. You got to remember, we're the criminally insane here. We were all blessed ourselves. Okay, fine. That's for religious purposes. When you get someone who's not religiously based, what do they care if you got holy water? They don't give a shit.
I'm fucked.
They're just going to do something else.
Man.
That's not the ghost one.
Okay.
The ghost one.
That's
He's
that's
gonna play the ghost one too.
in
That was
in
the scratch. Yeah, that was the scratch in the chest, and we actually did a show 2 weeks ago, and all we did was like show clips because we've never shown any, and we showed 16 clips during the
Right.
show, so people to kind of see what we did because it's just fun, and they're real short. Most of them are only like 20 seconds long, but he's got the ghost one too of us driving in the car with and Aaron Paul. It's Aaron Paul, Eileen Shapiro, Ron, me. Oh, and Kadrolsha Ona Carol, you guys. She's queen of the paranormal. So check it out and see what you guys think. Here's the ghost one. So we're driving through Kings Park's
What's that?
insane asylum.
Brights on.
Oh my God!
What's
look at
that?
What is that for real?
What is that? What is what?
There's a fucking ghost in the fucking thing.
It's running. What is that? Go back.
Oh my
Stop
God!
that video. It's running.
Holy shit! Hold on.
What is that?
So we were driving through Kings Park and Insane Asylum, and Aaron's grinder.
Did you see that person
Yeah.
running?
Where is she?
I don't know where she went now, but she's
There was a person running in the road.
Oh, come on, they don't run in this
Turn that-
road. I'm turning.
That was wild, man.
Did you see it in the front of the car? You could see it though in the front of the car, and then she's on the side.
The light from the other car was hitting it. That was the ghost trying to get the grinder.
Yeah, you never know. See, there it is, the ghost on the right. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. We really had a good time.
It's moving around so fast too.
Yep, that would freak me out. That would
Oh
be enough.
man, no.
No.
I was laughing so hard because the grinder went off that I just couldn't stop. So
It's okay. But that's the moment you're like,
but it was really a lot of fun.
And grinder goes off. Are you sure you want to answer that, mate?
Yeah.
This is
Actually,
how
we-
horror movies start.
We ended up driving him to a train station and dropping him off at a train station so he could go hook up with somebody.
Oh, okay. So he did accept. He just
Did accept, yes. We don't know. And And actually, pretty much right after we did that ghost hunt, we moved to Palm Springs. So I haven't seen him probably since we did that. So who knows if what happened to him with the ghost?
What happened? And he was never seen again.
And he was never seen again. Yes, but it's fun. You know, life is short, so we got to have a good time any way we can. I try to have a good time with everything that I do, and I'm having a really good time.
Well, that's kind of the point. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, why bother doing it at all?
Hunting that I'm not. So we were in Washington. There was this abandoned psychiatric facility. I went with some friends. We tried to go ghost hunting there. There's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of got bored and we left. And then the conversation became like, would ghosts really hang out there? Then we went up to the one in Jerome, and I'm like, oh, this one got weird. Like the one in Jerome got weird. And we were not ghost hunting. We were just having lunch. And
it's a casual day.
And so so Jerome is this old gold mining town. There was a psychiatric facility up there where they would put people that had gold fever or whatever. And just on a completely unrelated note that I'm sure was accidental, if someone found a big piece of gold, they were assumed to have gold fever. So the gold was taken by the government and they were put in the psychiatric facility.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on a completely unrelated, just coincidental note. Anyway, so these cowboys get locked up in this asylum, and I'm like, it's now a hotel and a restaurant, great food. And so I go through the hotel. I'm like, well, this is stupid. And I swear I've not been in many places where I was like, I am deeply uncomfortable here.
He's afraid.
I was afraid. Yeah, there was weird shit going on. I'm supposed to be up there for a film panel. I'm discussing film for the film festival, and I was freaked out. I wanted to leave, and that doesn't happen very often. I'm the one that if something goes bump, I'm out there with the baseball bat going, who the hell's there?
Right.
Like, my thought is never ghost. It's usually my cat, but
we're not.
Or I kick you, and I'm like, yo, there's a noise. He loves it. When in the middle of the night where he feels a foot on his shoulder, like go.
I've actually gone outside in the middle of like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to check on something hitting the window or whatever. Thankfully, never been anything serious.
If it was, he'd scream. He almost punched Alexis in the face. That was fun.
That was fun. No, that wasn't fun.
That was fun. Hi, Alexis. Yay. So I have a question for you.
Sure.
How's the how's the MMA stuff going? And what did you think of Jake Paul in Roadhouse?
So it was Conor McGregor in Roadhouse. Jake Paul.
Oh, that's what I meant. Conor McGregor. Okay.
Now, I thought personally that he played himself. I think they called him up and they said, "Hey, we just need you to act like yourself for like 30 minutes of the show. If you could just be Conor McGregor, we'll integrate it into the movie however we need to."
I think it would have been good if they would have given him a different film.
He acted well, in my opinion. I thought it looked like they wrote his character how they thought Conor would act at home. You know, like if Conor went to a bar, this is what Conor would be doing. Have him do all this.
It was definitely not a great film.
I think I
didn't think the film was good, but I thought he did a pretty good job for his first film. I thought he was okay. I just think the film itself was weak because Roadhouse is such a classic movie, and it was kind of, bastardized it a little bit, so they could have, not done that. But I thought he did a pretty good job with it.
You did a remake of Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal. Dude, you're not going to beat Patrick Swayze. Just stop. Shouldn't have redone it. I love Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. But it's still that moment where I'm like, you couldn't have created an original. Like, I know you're trying to hold on to the copyrights. I get the point. Just God, write something original. It reminded me of when they did Scorpion King with Dwayne Johnson with The Rock. Because it was that moment of they really tried to make the character just him, and then there was all that bad CG and shit. But they're trying to move these guys into acting roles, and that's fine. It's not like they can't pay for an acting coach. It's the fact that he would have been better with a smaller part in a different film. Like there's an MMA film coming out right now with The Rock. The Rock wants to do a fight with Karate Combat. I believe he's doing that to promote it. We actually spoke with them about you being in The Rock's film and this whole thing. And that would have been better for Conor to do because it was an original, it was a new IP. It wasn't intellectual property. It was a new intellectual property or a new project versus a remake. They put Conor in a lose-lose situation because he's playing in an iconic film that had no chance of living up to its predecessor, and it's his
It was
first
pretty
acting
much banked
gig.
on him doing it.
Pretty much. It shouldn't have happened, and I'm sorry for him for that. They really fucked him.
I've got a
Is he
question.
supposed to be a nice guy? Is he supposed to be a nice guy? Like, I don't know anything. I actually lately, since I met you, I see now in my video feeds on YouTube and TikTok, I get all this MMA stuff because I followed you and I watch it. So then they show you more of it. So now I really like it. But is he supposed to be like a nice guy in general, or is he considered to be like an asshole?
He plays a heel.
Yeah, he
is
plays
that a
a
good
heel.
way of putting it? But
Okay.
everyone that's met him,
He's
plays
yeah.
a heel.
He's very
But
nice.
he's a very
a
nice
really
guy.
nice guy.
That's cool.
I got
like
a
to
question
hear that.
for
Yeah.
both of you. Actually, either one can answer. It's fine.
I'm leaving you for a woman.
I want to know your guys' opinion on the whole kind of
Not
remake
even a reaction.
era that we're in with movies, where they're just really revamping old titles and trying to put a modern twist on
Okay.
it with
They're
modern actors.
trying to keep ownership. It's the same reason Disney keeps remaking their own films. So Disney did this thing where it extended holding these intellectual properties for up to 100 years, locks it up before it becomes an intellectual property. That kind of got a reverse and only works for original properties. So say you did Cinderella, but you did your version of Cinderella. You can't stop anyone else from doing Cinderella unless it's within a much shorter time period.
Okay.
So doing something like Roadhouse that's coming up on 40 years, once it hits that 50-year mark, people could do parodies. It had a resurgence because of Family Guy constantly kicking people and being like Roadhouse. So I think it's kind of douchey. I loved when Winnie the Pooh went public, and
Winnie the
immediately
Pooh
that
and
murder
Mickey
horror
Mouse.
film came out. Like, I 100% behind that. I think art needs critics, art needs parody, art needs fun. But then I make trash shows, so I don't know. What do you think, Jimmy?
I think that I can't stand all the remake stuff. I think I understand they want to hold on to the IP, but there's thousands of writers who have original ideas that we could, that they keep remaking things because they are already a hit and they expect it to be a hit again. But I think that, I like to see, I can't stand it when certain things get, like, I didn't want Roadhouse to get remade. I didn't want Nightmare on Elm Street to get remade. There's certain things you just don't remake. And so I think that it would be better to have original content. I do know why they do it, but if you notice, most of the remakes don't do very well.
Yeah.
They're not like they think they're going to do, and I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's a great actor. I mean, I actually like his, my favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movies when he's a kid and he did October Sky, where they built the rocket, to go and stuff. I like that a lot. But I do think he's a great actor. I think he's great. But I don't think they need to do all the remakes. I think we need like new stuff.
I think if
Really?
I would like to see them, if you want to lean on Roadhouse, you could do a film inspired by Roadhouse. You could do a film where a guy watched Roadhouse, decided to live like that, and went out on a spree himself. Like, I'm just saying, there are a million ways you can do things.
Yeah.
The reality is, I have 100 scripts that come across my desk a day. David Lyons, my EP, will go through it and he'll read them and he'll send me what he thinks will make money. The reality is, what's so disappointing is the best scripts often don't. There's one right now we're looking at, Queen Bess, and it's on the first Black female fighter pilot. It would be she couldn't get work in America, so she went to France, learned to be a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Brilliant story. That's great. Here's the thing. People don't want to make it unless it's really. I've got one with Idris Elba. Like, do you know how hard it is to not get a film made with Idris Elba? But it's a passion project. It's not heavily bankable. They're either looking for award show bait or it needs to be bankable, which is fair. It's business. I'm just as bad. I make a lot of trash TV.
Isn't it kind of valuable though to make? Let's say you make one passion project, make one that isn't going to bring you a ton of money, right? But let's say it kills it. So then your next one that is about money will get a lot more people invested because they thought that you made such a great one in the first place.
You want to take this, Jimmy?
I think I don't know. I haven't had that happen, and I've got one film that for an independent film they made it for like $175,000 and it did like $12 million or something, which is a lot of money for an independent film, and the sequel has been difficult to do. So I think that. I think the biggest problem in Idris Elba, I would think an Idris Elba film though in anything would almost get made just because it's Idris Elba. I mean, he's like top notch, but But I think people are getting more. It's getting harder and harder to make movies, good movies, and I think that's why so many people are like crowdfunding, and those movies suck too. But like that's like a lot of the content that's coming out. I have a proclivity to love horror movies, and so like I like all the horror movies, but even I don't like a lot of the horror movies that come out. They're not really good, and they're not really original, most of them.
Well, the thing with horror is it's bankable. Like horror used to be the cheapest to make and the most bankable. That got swallowed up by reality television, and there's a lot of crap reality. I know I'm responsible for a lot of it coming out. Like I know
so what is considered probably like the most successful reality show? Probably like the Kardashians or something. I don't have any idea.
Actually, Sister Wives.
Sister Wives.
Yeah, until the kid killed himself.
Yeah, they did like 10 or 11 seasons.
15.
15
seasons.
Me. Wow.
They've been on just as long as the Kardashians, but the Kardashians, where they've spun off into different
shows now,
different projects. It's been multiple projects. It would be first would be American Idol. If you're looking at a character-driven show, it would be Sister Wives.
Man,
because
I like American Idol. I don't watch it now, but I watched it all when all the original people were on it. So I probably watched the first 10 seasons or something.
Oh yeah, but there aren't a lot of reality shows that have legs that can keep going. And so I'm not explaining it for you. I know you know what it means, Jimmy. It's the audience. Sorry, guys. So there aren't a lot that have legs, but right. Sister Wives, 15 seasons without a change.
15 seasons.
They didn't change network. They didn't change studios. The Kardashians are great, and they've sold it as they've been around forever.
Yeah.
Every single one of their shows has been canceled. Every single one for low viewership. And they just parlay it into Kim and Courtney in Miami.
Some other one,
Now it's the Kardashians. It started as Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So
yes.
It keeps being pulled off. And it's no slight. They're really clever. They repackage, repurpose, and redo. Mm-hmm. Good for them. But if you're talking about a show that stayed on, I would say Sister Wives and American Idol.
Can't believe no change. That's how dramatic that show is. Because you get to be invested, right? To watch for 15 years.
Sister Wives?
Yeah.
You're watching a narcissistic dude abuse 4 chicks.
That's why.
And then the new bitch wife making everyone else's life miserable.
Yeah.
And then
they also have though like my 2 shows that I like, and I don't know if these are considered reality shows. They make me want to. They creep me out, but like my 600-pound life or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a reality.
And the other one that I watch once in a while, which Ron has a heart attack, but I watch it on YouTube a lot, is Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh my God, I love that
show.
She has her own show now on Night.
I love that. I love that show though, to see the things that come out of people and stuff, and it also grosses me out. Sometimes I'm watching it, and I also feel like I'm gonna throw up. Yeah. I see the stuff oozing out and stuff. I feel like but those are like kind of entertaining and a little bit different. My favorite reality shows are music reality shows, even the ones that failed. Like they had one where they were trying to put together a boy band with the guy from like NSYNC, LFO, and I don't know, a couple other people. But like I love that. Like I think if there was a boy band reality show that followed, boy band shit around, I think it would be like a hit because like they have so many fans, and I would watch it. I love it.
I agree. They did. The problem they ran into was they did it with the girl bands as well. The problem is Diddy was the one putting it together. I'm just saying. So there were some problems behind the scenes on Diddy doing girl bands and boy bands.
Yeah, no one should be doing anything with him or Drake.
We like Drake and we support Drake. We're sure the allegations are not true.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they are or not, but Diddy's a pedo.
Yeah, Diddy is a problem. Diddy, no. The funny thing is, I said, it's.
Is he
still
funny. On the run? Did they find him yet?
He left the country.
He left the country.
His son's like been hung out to dry. But the reality is, he was really nice to me when I met him, but I was working for his funders. So when there's a benefit and he has no power over someone, it's fine.
I went to one of his parties and I thought he was like an asshole. And then I tried out, I was going to be like one of the people in one of his reality shows, but then I found out, they didn't really make any money in it when they did it in South Beach. And I was like, I don't want to do it. It's not that I don't really want to be, I don't care if I'm famous in front of the camera or not. I like being behind the scenes. And so I was like, I don't really want to like do it, but I do like him. And I think Like I love. There's certain scenes. If you guys remember Danity Kane when they built Danity Kane, like the last episode of one of the seasons, where Andrea and the one who changed all her face so much that she looks like a monster. You know, they have a really touching moment in one of them that I liked, and I liked the very end last one where they all get picked and they're all in it and everything. But I really liked it. So making the band Danity Kane, I watched it like religiously back in the day because it's a long time ago.
I think shows like that are great. They show off talent. I really do like reality shows like that.
I do too. That's like I think they're so much fun, and I think the boy band stuff is fun.
They do well during a poor economy. Like one of the things right now, reality, Lifetime and Hulu are picking up, not Hulu, and Hallmark are picking up reality shows. One of the reality shows we're talking to Hallmark about. And it's nice because they're looking for wholesome content. And essentially, when the economy goes to shit and nobody can buy houses, like we're millennials, our generation, I mean, I have a house, but two. But most people in our generation will not be able to buy a house. They will not be able to. I mean, hell, I don't want to buy a new car. Lex crashed my car. I don't want to buy a new car because the 2025s haven't come out yet. So I'm like hanging on and borrowing his car. I'm renting cars because I just to save
Because
like 10 or 15
right
grand. Yeah. I'm like, I just want to wait till the new ones come out.
I think when you got your last car, what was the offer on it? Like, what they asked you for? Somewhere in the low teens, right? I get it.
But
you get workhorses. You get cars that are going to like outlast everyone else because you have to go. You drive all over the place.
Yeah, I drive everywhere.
But then the next one they're trying to ask for like 30 grand. Doesn't make any sense. Why would we do such a dramatic jump like that?
Because they literally because they can, because the 2025s haven't come out.
I know.
But it's kind of I don't know.
Just it's hard right now, but I think
economically it's a different problem. So people want wholesome stuff.
Yes.
I see what your show does so well. It's wholesome. It's fun. People want a good time, and your show's a good time.
We stay away from politics. I mean, we actually talk about things that we're not really supposed to talk about because we make boob jokes and penis jokes and stuff like that. But people like it. We try to stay away from politics as much as possible and just have a good time. But I like wholesome. Like we end up watching most of the stuff that we watch on TV is on Tubi. We watch all the movies from like the 80s and the 90s that are on Tubi because they don't have messages. All they are is just fun stories and stuff like that, or without all the other stuff added on top of it. And so that's what we watch a lot of.
Taking the entertainment out of the entertainment industry.
Well, and everybody's so afraid that they're gonna get canceled for something that they say. Like we don't really worry about it because our generation, our demographic for our show is like 35 to like 75. It's an older demographic, and so they kind of like understand where we're coming from. But we have had a few. I don't bring people on the show if they're young, but we had a couple of like 25, 30-year-old people like on the show, and it just didn't work. There was no chemistry for us to have a conversation, and they got offended by everything because we didn't use the right pronouns and all that shit.
No, I know you guys had those. You had two young women specifically who started insulting you guys on your show.
Yeah,
they were just terrible. So that was just it's just not any good. It's just not any fun. All these shows are meant to be fun. And I think most TV shows and movies and stuff are meant to be fun. And if you're seeing that through Disney and a lot of people, that a lot of the shows with messages, people are kind of getting tired and they're not making their money back. So, even in reality TV, why can't you just have reality shows based on whatever the topic is, and just have good, fun reality shows. One of the ones I like, and I don't even know the name of it. It's like all the villains in this house. I watched it.
House of Villains, where Teresa is. Teresa. So I'm friends with Teresa's husband, Louis. She's actually got one of the people you'll be working with is Teresa from House of Villains.
House of Villains was a lot of. I mean, that was a fun show, though. I enjoyed it. I only heard about it because my stepdaughters were watching it. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it immensely, and so those are kind of just fun.
So the show I've got you on has Monique from Love and Hip Hop, Teresa from House of Villains. So it's like,
I love it.
At least you like them.
No, absolutely. So it looks like you only have like a minute left. You better do whatever you need to close it up.
Well, tell everyone where to follow you and come watch your show.
Oh, follow me. This is Jimmy Star. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. The show is the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. We're on the same network, W4C, Talk 4 TV. It's Wednesdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, and you can get information at the Jimmy Star Show with RonRussell.com. There, that was easy.
So this is behind the scenes. I'm Summer Helene. If you want to be insulted weekly and listen to a show where nobody is going to clean up their language or be PC, welcome to Behind the Scenes. He tries to clean up my language.
I do my very best
It
to
does
make the show
not
a little
work.
bit more palatable if you're the younger generation.
Ugh. This is behind the scenes.
We'll see you next week. Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.